So the next thing here on that list is to complete the Intro to Online Learning course. So this is opened up today. You saw this on, like I said, on that attachment that I sent today on that kind of to-do list that you had for the Strong Start. You can complete one or even more of these courses each day, or rather lessons. The entire course has several lessons in it. Go ahead and work through that. That is really going to educate you on how the online school works and how the different courses that your student is going to be completing, how they work. The next thing that I have on here, the next bullet point, is just to attend the Learning Coach orientation sessions. I've got on here recording. This is, in all honesty, I thought that I was going to be making this video and sending it out at a later date, but the info that I needed came through today, so that's why I said, oh, I'll just use it today. And so this doesn't need to be up because you're going to be able to attend them live. So you're going to see more info about that coming later. Those orientation sessions, those are going to be hosted by myself, as well as the kindergarten teachers. So those are going to be required, and you are going to get a whole lot of even more useful information out of them. The second to last thing that I've got down here is to establish a schooling area. So this is something that a lot of families during their first year schooling at home, or their first little bit, they struggle with this. I'm not going to, to sugarcoat that or anything like that. If you've done some online or some schooling at home before, you understand the importance of this. Even if you can think about if you have older children who you try to get them to do homework and they can't do homework in front of the TV, we all know that because it doesn't get done. It needs to be an area that's designated for homework. If we're just talking about traditional schooling, traditional brick and mortar schooling. The same goes for online schooling. Make sure that you have that designated schooling area. Make sure that your child knows, okay, when I sit down right here, it's time for me to do schoolwork. Kindergarten, it's a little bit different for a lot of families because students truthfully have a hard time transitioning for those first couple of weeks. Then you get your routine established and everything's fine, but a lot of times I will even recommend to families maybe that as the learning coach and the student, you even have a special hat to put on or something while you're in that designated schooling area. That way your student knows, okay, now this is my learning coach and my parent or grandparent or neighbor. And not only am I here just at my house, but I'm also at school. So I've got my special school hat on. I'm sitting in my special school place. And that really just helps to really establish that routine and to really just help them to kind of just transition, to make that transitioning from just being at home to doing some schoolwork here, and then maybe when you leave the schooling area, then they know, okay, I'm free to do my home stuff now. But it is just a little bit tricky if you don't have that designated school area. We have a lot of families who, me obviously, I just made this video, I'm making this video from my porch. That is super fun. That is really one of the benefits of being at home, is you have the freedom to change up your schooling area. And that's great too. That's awesome too. You just have that designated schooling area for most of the time, and then you can play around with different places to go. Our last pinpoint that I have on here on the list is just to log in and begin working on the first day of school. So guys, our first day of school is September the 3rd. So you know that the classes on the OLS opened up today. You heard that from Mrs. Swartzel on her video, as well as some other information that you've received via email. Please, please, please be sure that you log in and begin working on this day. Now, you can begin logging in and working today if you want to. Just remember to do as Mrs. Swartzel said, and go ahead and note those things. Keep a log of the lessons that you complete, because you cannot start entering attendance until this September 3rd, okay? So just have those lessons written down that you have accomplished, and then that way you can put them in. Now, guys, we're going to go live to the OLS. Let me get out of PowerPoint here. I'm going to go down to my internet page. The first thing that I have logged into is the Learning Coach demo account. So normally you're going to see your name over here as the Learning Coach logged in, and you're going to see your student's name up here. If you have multiple students with us, then you're going to click this little drop down, and it's going to list all of your student names. For this VAVA Learning Coach demo account, this demo Learning Coach has someone in every grade through 8th grade. So I'm just in the kindergarten one. Most of them look identical, so it's really not that big of a difference. You have got a few things up here. You've got your schedule. That's essentially the daily plan. We're going to go in and look at the student OLS page here in a little bit. I think that it's a little bit more appealing to the eye. The main reason that you're going to want to get into your VAVA Learning Coach account is right here, the attendance. If you remember, I'm going to pull that PowerPoint back up really quick. Let me find my attendance page. I thought that it was going to let us go live, but it is not for some reason. Guys, I'm not even fully sure why it's not. But if you normally, when you click on that attendance button right here, when you click right here on this attendance, a pop-up window is going to come up. That pop-up window is going to mirror this right here. It looks exactly like this. So you remember earlier when I told you there was a calendar right here, that calendar will still be there. You're going to be able to select the date that you want to enter the course or the attendance for. You're going to have that scroll bar, and then you're going to have that all-important save button. So remember when I told you earlier that I was going to show you that you would be able to scroll down? Well, like I said, for some reason it's not popping up live at the moment. I'm not sure why, but you're always just going to click that scroll bar that's over here on the side. You're going to scroll down. Now, let me also point this out. You can see that this is a separate window. Your normal OLS window is just going to be on the outside here. So you're going to have like an internet scroll bar over here. And then you've got this second scroll bar right here. Make sure you use this scroll bar, okay? In all honesty, I've told you that this is my 4th year with VAVA. I can count, rather I should say I can't count, how many times families have been behind in their 990 hours. Or if you remember, I told you we had that progress chart. It's also going to show you how many hours you need weekly, how many you should be up to at the end of each week. Families will be behind and they'll say, I don't know why I'm behind. I don't know why I'm behind. I'm doing everything. And I'll say, have you put in your supplemental and your PE hours? And they'll say, what are you talking about? Go to your attendance, go real quick, click on that scroll bar, and every single time they go, oh my goodness, I remember that from the welcome video. You click on that scroll bar, you scroll down, and then down here it'll say PE or physical education and supplemental activities. So make sure that you always click on that scroll bar and you scroll down. Oh, just truthfully, a word of advice, anytime you see a scroll bar, anytime on anything OLS or anything pop up, make sure that you use the scroll bar, because there might be something, even something as simple as the save button that's down low. So always make sure you look at that scroll button, okay? So that's really the key points for the Learning Coach account. That is pretty much the only thing that you cannot do from the student account. You cannot enter attendance from the student account. Everything else you can do from the student account. So we're going to go ahead and move over there to that. So you remember I told you this is just a demo account. So normally your student's name would be displayed up here. Welcome Jill. Welcome Brandy. Right now it's just welcome kindergarten. So when you first log in, you're going to see this. You're going to see today's to-do list. Hello. That is exactly what you need. Obviously, we have no Class Connects for today. You might have had a quick check today. In that case, your quick check was displayed right here. That was your Class Connect. You can either look down here and it shows you the lesson shortcuts for the day, or you can come to the plan. You remember that I referred to it as what? The daily plan. So you literally are going to click on plan. It's going to give you a daily drop down. You're going to click on daily plan. I told you that that was a phrase that you're going to be hearing from here on out. The whole time you're with VAVA, the daily plan is going to be your best friend. Follow the daily plan and you will not fail. The daily plan, once again, you got a scroll bar over here. You cannot see mine because it's out of the window of the video, but there is a scroll bar over here. You're going to scroll down and it's going to show you all the lessons that you have for the day. Now, since this is a demo account, it has more lessons, so don't let that cause you panic. It has more lessons here on the demo account just so that it can show a little bit of everything. So you're just going to scroll down. It's going to show you the course. That's what's going to be in bold. And then it's going to show you the lesson. Lesson 1, identify plane figures. Lesson 1 for math, for Stride Math, is lesson 1. Stride, getting started, and resources. Like I said, you're not going to have each of these every single day. They just have all the courses listed up here just for the demo account so you can see everything. Now, when you click on the lesson, you'll be, like I said, you'll be able to go in there today and play around with things. You'll be able to see things that you need for that lesson. You'll be able to see if there's an assessment. You'll be able to see if it's been mastered or if it has been completed. Now, something that a lot of families also like to do is not only can you view the daily plan, you can also click on this little tab here that says weekly, or you can click on weekly here. Weekly plan. This lays out your entire week's plan right here. Here's your Mondays. You can scroll down. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That can be printed and you can go on with that. It also will display your class connects for each day that are up here at the top so that you can have that printed. Let me scroll back up here to the top. All right. The next thing that we're going to look at really quickly, and then I'm going to be done because I've taken quite a bit of your time, is the progress tab. You remember me talking about that progress chart, that you're going to have a chart that's going to guide you and it's going to tell you how much progress your student should have been completed by the end of this week, by the end of 4 weeks from now. Things such as that. That is going to come during that first week of school. We don't have it just yet because we're not wanting to overwhelm you. When that does come, you're going to be able to go here and you're going to be able to go to the progress tab and you're going to be able to check your students' progress. Right now, we have 0% not completed. When you complete a few lessons, it'll pop up here. 2% completed, 4% completed, and this percentage will show you how much you have left and how much you have completed. This also shows you the total lessons, gives you progress details. This is just wonderful. So these are kind of, it's, as I said earlier, I really believe that the Learning Coach page is not quite as user-friendly or friendly to the eyes as the student account page is, so I normally steer people to the student account. Obviously, unless you're inputting attendance, because that's the only thing that you can't do. Everything is pretty user-friendly. Anytime you're going to hear me talk about pretty much anything, or your teacher, we're going to either use the word plan for a daily plan, or you're going to hear the word progress. There are those two words, plan and progress. Those are key. You're going to be checking those out. So, guys, you're going to have a lot. You're going to be hearing a lot from me. You're going to be hearing a lot from your learning coach, or from your learning coach. Goodness gracious, a lot from me and a lot from your teacher. I hope see, I can't even talk now. I hope that this helped to answer a few questions and that you are as excited about this year as I am. Take care.